Follow me and ponder the question, what if?
Listen, we're gonna have a little fun with you guys here because as fantasy experts, analysts, whatever you want to call us, your friends, who knows, whatever. We do our research. We quantify as much as we can. We put together the best information to give you in order for you to have the best chance at winning your fantasy football leagues. And sometimes, like last year, that's information that we give that's like, dude, don't even look at the Seahawks offense. What are we doing here? Because it was going to be Drew Lock or Geno Smith. And then it just goes wrong. Things change and there are surprises every single year. So we are going to give you 3 what ifs each. We are going to just talk about what if what we think is going to happen doesn't happen, or what if we think has no chance of happening, does happen, doesn't happen, whatever, all this stuff. So I'm going to go through my 3 real quick, and I'll segue into it real quick, because my first what if is just, what if Baker Mayfield pulls a Geno Smith? Like what if? Like what if we are so low on this Buccaneers offense, and Baker ends up not QB5, but Baker ends up like a borderline QB1, like a top 14, top 15 quarterback, and Mike Evans and Chris Godwin are both inside the top 20, top 24, and what if this hot young running back just ends up being just this great guy who breaks off explosive plays and wins leagues? And what if this Bucs team, I'll just put it to that, what if this Bucs team pulls a Seattle Seahawks this year?
I'm smelling what you're stepping in, my friend. Let me start with the optimistic side. Okay, what if that does happen, then we are cleared to draft or trade for Chris Godwin, maybe Mike Evans too.
Sure.
Rachaad White would be the biggest surprise out of this whole scenario. I have confidence this is not going to happen, though. I cannot see this scenario possibly playing out. Cut to me saying this, and then just a highlight reel of Baker Mayfield throwing 35 touchdowns.
Yeah. It's this, and then it's just Baker with his daughter in one arm, and then the Super Bowl trophy in the other. Just,
oh, yeah.
We did it.
They photoshopped my face on his daughter's face.
On the daughter. Yeah, you're the baby, and you're crying.
Baker's my father.
Crying, and exactly.
I don't see this. I don't see this happening for a couple of reasons. One, Ryan Jensen, their center, is out for the season. I just doubt that in anything for their offense. Baker Mayfield threw 11 interceptions in 11 days in camp, and it was a quarterback battle down to week 3 of preseason. I don't have confidence in Baker Mayfield. He might do fine. He might do average. It's a pretty weak division. There are 2 rookie quarterbacks starting. No, not 2. Well, Desmond Ridder is not really a rookie, but there are 2 first-time starters in the NFC South. The division is up for grabs. I feel like the Saints are probably going to win that, but I don't see Baker Mayfield doing anything for fantasy. So I'm not buying into it. I like maybe Chris Godwin. That's where I will throw. I'll throw a little treat there for that.
I understand it, and listen. I don't think this happens either. The one component of this that comes to mind before I move on is just Mike Evans and how he has done. I believe it is 9 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons. And we're like, yeah, well, he had Brady the last 3 years. Yeah, but he had, like, Jameis Winston before that. And, like 30 interception Jameis Winston. That's the... Guys, I have so much pain from Mike Evans last year. But there's just a piece of me that's like we were with DK and Lockett. Like, what if we're wrong? What if we're wrong? It's not a what if I'm willing to be on the other side of. I'm still out. But what if we're wrong on Baker Mayfield and the Bucs this year, and they pull a Seattle Seahawks of last year? That's my first what if. And speaking of Seattle Seahawks, this will transfer me to my next one. what if Zach Charbonnet truly is just the backup? What if? Like, what if all this hatred and anger we have had about why? Why would you do this? You have Kenneth Walker. Why? Why would you do this? What if it really is just like Zach Charbonnet is just going to be the Travis Homer to the Kenneth Walker's Chris Carson? Like what if? What if that's the case? What if Kenneth Walker, who we're drafting later now because of this draft pick, just comes out and is the top 10 guy we thought he would be at the end of last year, like coming into this season? What if? What if, Wes? What if?
This one keeps me up at night. I'm not gonna lie.
I know, dude. Me too.
This is such a good what if, because as soon as last season ended, I just jotted down some names I don't want to forget. I don't want to forget how good they were, because I don't know how high their ADP is going to be, and I want to remember that these are players I want to lock in on and remember as bona fide stars. Kenneth Walker was the first name I wrote down, and I was already set. He's going to be a lock for top 5. I was confident in him. And then this happened. They draft Zach Charbonnet, and it pissed us off so bad. And people responded as well. And he's fallen to the 4th round. But dude, what if he is just the RB1 and Zach Charbonnet is a backup? This is a crazy what if, because people are going to get 2 top 5 running backs on their team if they draft someone before him. I don't know. I don't know what the what if is.
I have a bold prediction. I don't. The Seattle Seahawks play the Los Angeles Rams in Week 1 in Seattle. I believe it is in Seattle.
Okay.
Mark my words. Kenneth Walker III will be a top 5 running back in Week 1. It's going to blow our minds. We're all going to go, we're so stupid. Of course he is.
Oh my
and here's the thing.
Gosh.
Zach Charbonnet had like a groin tweak or something like that. Like he's dealing with a little injury. He's practicing through it, stuff like that, whatever. I don't know that they roll out this rookie in full force Week 1. Dude, Kenneth Walker's going to come out and piss off so many people Week 1, because we're all going to be like, why? Why did you guys do this to us? Gosh. Why did we think? And guess what? Maybe sell high. Maybe just sell Kenneth Walker III right then and there, because this what if won't happen.
Go get Bijan.
For some dummy who drafted like Aaron Jones or something like that, be like, hey, Kenneth Walker III, told you, he's back. There he is, baby. And and then go get Bijan Robinson.
That's something to look forward to for
if?
our next week from today, next Tuesday's episode. Yeah. Trying to figure out our first mark my words.
Zach Charbonnet truly is just the backup.
How can you do better than that? You've got one more what if. How is there something better than that?
I got one more. And I think it's a what if that a lot of people are thinking about. It's got a lot of implications. What if Sean Payton fixes Russell Wilson? What if? What if the high-poweredness of the Seattle Seahawks offense that we would see with Russell Wilson just transfers over? Sean Payton fixes them. We get a little touch of Drew Brees era success of the Saints in this Broncos offense now mixed with Russell Wilson's prime in Seattle. What if Sean Payton fixes Russell Wilson? I'll tell you what if. This offense is going to have many, many top 10 to top 20 fantasy weapons on its team. Javonte Williams is going to be a top 20 guy, maybe top 10. Samaje Perine will definitely be a top 20 guy. Greg Dulcich, probably going to be a top 15 guy. Cortland Sutton, if Jerry Jeudy comes back, maybe those two guys both end up in the top 20. If Sean Payton fixes Russell Wilson, with how good that Broncos defense is, this Denver team really could challenge the AFC West. And really that division might end up being one of the best divisions in the league. what if Sean Payton fixes Russell Wilson?
There is no more for me to comment on because I think that can happen. I think that will.
Yeah.
I think that will happen. And I do think that we have so undervalued Cortland Sutton because of what happened last year. I had Cortland Sutton in my top 5 last year because Russell Wilson showed up in Denver, and I was like, he's the man. I'm pumped for him. We've all been waiting as Broncos fans to see Sutton break out, and that did not happen. I'm not saying top 5, I'm not saying top 10, I'm not even sure if I'm saying top 15, but I do think there's a chance that, just as you said, we're going to have 4 top 20 players from Denver because Sean Payton's going to do it.
Yep.
The person I'm most excited about because of this scenario is Javonte Williams. That's who I'm actually most excited about. I think Russell Wilson, well, we saw week 1, week 2, Russell targeted Javonte like crazy. It was like 10 or 11 targets in week 1 against Seattle.
He had like 11 targets in week 1.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So I think that is the what if we're going to live in. That is the alternate dimension we're going to probably see. Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to have to see. Wes, run me down. Run me down. Just
Done. Next question.
next one, yeah. Run me through your what ifs before we jump into a Thursday Night Football preview.
Okay. Got 3 of them, and I've got them ranked. Number 3. He was kicked out of his team because the coach didn't like him. In fact, before he was even traded, they drafted his replacement. Now, this running back is a new home. We've all been hoping that he has a breakout season. What if DeAndre Swift meets his potential in Philadelphia?
No shot, dude.
What?
No way.
No shot?
No way. No shot. Here's the thing. And I'm not a DeAndre Swift hater. I so badly wanted to see him just do so well in Detroit, as did many people. We all were like, come on, Swift is going to – this is the year for Swift. This is the year for Swift. It just didn't happen. There's too many cooks in that running back room kitchen for me to be comfortable with. The reports I'm hearing are that it's going to be a committee, but Kenneth Gainwell will be one of the guys that is heavily involved in the early down roles. So maybe DeAndre Swift becomes a third down back, maybe a scat back. The Eagles and Jalen Hurts don't throw the ball to the running back enough for me to buy in on this what if. If DeAndre Swift went to, let's see, who's a team that needed a running back?
The Dolphins.
Listen, if DeAndre Swift, if DeAndre Swift got traded to the Browns, if he replaced Kareem Hunt, if he was the third down back there instead of and Nick Chubb played the early down work and DeAndre Swift, man, I'm now talking myself into why didn't the Browns make that
I'm
trade?
starting to.
That sounds like a fantastic trade they should
We
have
do
done.
that
I don't
in
know why
Madden
they
and
didn't
see
do
what
that.
that's like. That sounds
Yeah,
fun.
can we make that happen? If that happened, DeAndre Swift probably would be inside my top 20, maybe my top 15, because of how Kareem Hunt was used in that offense. And Kareem Hunt, once upon a time, was very, very good and still did very solid when he was towards the end of his time in Cleveland. But DeAndre Swift is a freak of nature when it comes to being a third down back, a scat back, a receiving back. I just don't see it happening in Philly. And so for that reason, that's why I feel like I'm on Shark Tank. For that reason, I'm out.
Well done. I'll just throw in that I have been seeing through training camp that they are trying to create plays intentionally designed to throw the ball to DeAndre Swift. So I know the PPR potential is there.
Right. I've seen that as well.
Don't know,
it's
but
there.
I don't know if his full potential is met. I don't know if this is the 33rd pick overall DeAndre Swift that the Lions took. All right. That's my number 3. Number 2. For most of this offseason, you and I have been saying that if there was one team that we're going to keep away from, it's going to be anyone with a letter G on the side of their helmet. But they don't look terrible anymore. What if we're wrong about the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Jones is a top 10 running back again?
Okay, so here's the reality I see where this happens. And it's playing out right now because the early favorite, the early buzz was Jordan Love and Romeo Doubs are just having this connection. Romeo Doubs seems to be his favorite target. Romeo Doubs was my favorite round 15 target in my mock drafts. He was my favorite second to last round pick. He's dealing with a hamstring injury, so I'm not feeling great right now about that, and I actually passed on him and picked up Marvin Mims instead in that 15th round. But there's a reality here where Jordan Love just absolutely just doesn't skip a beat and continues to feed this PPR production to Aaron Jones. It could happen. There are reports that A.J. Dillon will take over the rushing work. That's fine. I think Aaron Jones could still end up as a poor man's Christian McCaffrey, to be completely honest, because that is how he essentially was being used when Aaron Rodgers was there. LaFleur is a smart coach. It just really depends on Jordan Love for me. It depends on Jordan Love. I mean, it's not hard to maybe check down and get the running back the ball, to get some guys having an easy, little shortened out route, stuff like that. But I am so up in the air on this, and I really don't know, because I was very tempted, because I really don't like a lot of the quarterbacks outside like the top 8 or 9 or so usually. I was very tempted to just, in our draft this weekend, just send it and just, all right, let's just see what Jordan Love does. Let's see. Let's just wait till round 14 and just load up on other depth and talent. It's a very strong what if, and we need to really take it into consideration, because if it pans out, the Packers could just not miss a beat and just still challenge for the division.
Must be nice to be a Packers fan if that's the case. He's just rolling down with Hall of Fame quarterbacks, always making playoffs.
Yeah.
Look, I'm willing to be wrong about it. I'm still not drafting Aaron Jones, but if someone beats me in the championship with Aaron Jones as their RB1, you've earned it. Good for you. You took the shot. You did it. I'm not taking the shot because it's so foggy. It's such a cloudy question.
It is.
What
it's very
if
foggy.
Aaron Jones is as great as he used to be? Okay, last one. For me, this is the biggest what if of the entire NFL season. Everyone should ask themselves this question at least once, because they're probably the most hyped team in the NFL. They're Super Bowl favorites by a lot of people. It seems like everything is set up for them to succeed, which also means that they could also be set up for a massive, massive disappointment. What if Aaron Jones and the New York Jets are just really bad?
Aaron Rodgers.
Rodgers, thank you. What if Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets are just really bad?
If Aaron Jones played quarterback for the New York Jets, they are going to be really bad. What if Aaron Rodgers and the New York Jets are just bad? No way they're going to be bad, dude, right? There's no way. I mean, there's no way. I could just be the Hard Knocks viewer in me talking right now, but, dude, I got into Hard Knocks later this season, and I've just been binging it and I'm all caught up. Dude, this team just looks so good. The culture they're building just looks so good. Rodgers is being such a leader. Mm-hmm. And yet this all sounds all too familiar. Because we did it last year with Denver.
Happened, man.
And they were so bad. What if there's a Nathaniel Hackett curse? What if that's it? What if that's the case?
What if it's just the Jets?
I will be so shocked. I will be so shocked if they end up being bad. Here's the thing. They could still be third in the division and not be bad. They could be third in the division and win 11 games and still be third in the division, and we wouldn't count it as bad, even though they're third in the division. I cannot see it happening for them to have a bad season. I think Rodgers is just coming out there with his swag. I think he's got them feeling good. I think the defense is going to be so good. It's a tough division, but I do not think the Jets can be bad this year. I guess it's a subjective question for what you consider bad, but I cannot see the Jets being bad this year.
It hasn't swayed me yet from drafting, or at least wanting to draft Garrett Wilson, but it's such, I mean, it's almost too good to be true, right? It's the way that Brady walked into Tampa Bay and was like, "Oh, come on, Gronkowski, Antonio Brown, let's go win a Super Bowl together." Ha ha, easy, first try, let's do it again. And then Russell Wilson was like, "I like what they did. Hey, everybody, what's going on in Denver? Oh my God, the coach is fired and I am hated." One of those will happen. I'm excited.
One of those two outcomes.
It's a Monday night, right? Against the Bills?
Monday night, yeah. Monday Night Football against the Bills in Buffalo, I believe. I may be wrong on that, but I believe it is in Buffalo. Some juicy what-ifs. Yeah. And let us know what you think. Go to the comments below. Let us know what you think. What's the wildest what-if we've talked about? Which one do you agree with? Let us know.